So in today's video we are looking at a new bed chair from Wychwood, along with a new sleeping bag and sleeping bag cover. But I think it's only fair if I give it a proper test first, so see you in a bit. Oh, that's really comfy. Okay, so the items we're looking at today are from Wychwood, and it is their comforter range of bedding, I guess. So if we split the review up into three parts, we've got the bed chair, the sleeping bag, and the sleeping bag cover. So first up, we've got the Comforter Flatbed. Now, it's pretty self-explanatory what that means. It's a super comfortable bed chair with a completely flat profile. Now, the profile is thanks to the hinges and how it folds up, which we'll come on to in a little bit. But if we move on to the comfort aspect, if you look from that camera there, you'll probably see you've got a lighter green area which surrounds the whole of the bed chair. Now, this basically covers the frame, and it is a really thick padding surrounding the chair. And then in the middle, you have got a fleece lined mattress, which is again really thick padding. So you've got loads of comfort. With the surrounding padding, it means that you don't have to worry if you're rolling about in the night, you won't end up with a dead leg where you've slept on the frame or anything like that, because it's probably about an inch thick padding all the way around. But the comfort goes further than that. Underneath this, you've got adjustable lumbar support, and then at the head end, you've actually got a zipped in pillow as well. So you've got comfort surrounding you, so you don't have to worry in that aspect. Now, the surrounding padding actually kind of it builds around you, so you've almost got, you kind of sink into the mattress section, so you've got loads of padding around you and it keeps you firmly in place. Like I say, you're not going to be rolling onto the frame or anything like that. So yeah, really nice in terms of comfort. And then, like I said, you've actually got the padding around all of the frame, and it folds up nice and flat as well, so it's nice and easy to put on your barrow, and that's thanks to these hinges, which also give it obviously the flat profile. So another thing with the hinges is they're actually oversized, so you can actually fit a sleeping bag onto here, fold it all up, and you haven't got to worry about putting extra stress or anything like that on the joints. Now, a couple of other things that we'll pick up on is that this is a 6-leg bed chair, so you've got, see, 2 legs at the head end, and then you've got 2 sets spread out further down. You don't have anything right at the end, but the furthest set of legs is actually quite a way down anyway, so unless you're sitting right on the tip of the bed chair, which you're not going to be, it's not going to be causing you any issues at all. And on these legs, they're all adjustable mud feet as well, so you can, if you're on uneven swims or something like that, you can adjust everything to keep it nice and level. Now, I said about the sleeping bag folding up actually into the bed chair, so let's move on to the sleeping bag now and have a look at some of the specs of that. So another thing that Wychwood have focused on within the Comforter range is how to keep their products nice and lightweight. The bed chair itself weighs only 10 kilos, which, when you consider that it's actually a steel construction, and obviously you've got hardware and fabrics and lots of padding, that's a pretty lightweight bed chair. And then the sleeping bag is just 3.75 kilos. So under 14 kilos for a bed chair and sleeping bag is quite a lightweight system. Now, that doesn't mean any corners have been cut, because the sleeping bag has been made with durability, breathability and heat retention in mind. Now, to tick off those 3 things whilst keeping it nice and lightweight means that it's been really well thought out, and they've achieved this by using a 240T ripstop material. So really high quality material, which gives all of those benefits. Can't really ask for much more in that respect. Now, just like the bed chair, to keep the high-end feel going throughout the range, the sleeping bag has actually got a fleece inner as well, and that's top and bottom. And then you've got obviously the nice ripstop material on the outside. So hard wearing, comfortable, warm, breathable, durable. I could keep throwing words at you, but I'm not gonna. So yeah, it really does tick all the boxes, the sleeping bag. And to keep it attached nice and firmly to the bed, either end of the sleeping bag, you've got elasticated hoods, I guess, which go over both ends of the bed chair. And then in the middle, you've also got a tension strap as well, so keeps everything nicely in place. You haven't got to worry if you do have to kind of barge your way out. You haven't got to worry about running to your rods with a sleeping bag attached. Now, another thing to aid this is the zips that have been used. So as you can see, they are quick release zips, so they literally do just rip open the second you rip open the sleeping bag. And again, you can see here the inner fleece material. Now, you can actually adjust all of this as well. Just zip that back up, at the top end here, you've got little toggles. So depending if you want quite a nice opening or if you want it a bit tighter, then you can adjust that accordingly. Again, at the top end, you've got almost a bit of a hood design. So it kind of surrounds you, but it doesn't suffocate you. So it's a really nice balance of keeping that warmth in, but also it allows you to not feel too claustrophobic. So that is the sleeping bag. Like I say, it ticks all the boxes. If we move on to the bed chair cover, or the sleeping bag cover, just in case the sleeping bag's not warm enough for you, then we'll have a look at some of the specs of that. Like I say, if you are still looking for a little bit more warmth, then there is a bed chair cover available, and it's based on the same material as the sleeping bag, so it's made from the 240T ripstop material, but it's also slightly water resistant as well. So not only will it keep you warmer, it's also very good if you've got condensation in your bivvy dripping down to your sleeping bag, something like that, then it will obviously help you keep you protected from that. So it works in a multitude of ways, and another way that it works, as you can see, it's slightly oversized compared to the bed chair and the sleeping bag. So it almost has a skirt that goes all the way around the bed chair, and basically this stops any cold air getting through the zips, which on the coldest of winter nights really can be a problem. You can feel the drafts coming in, so something like this will help stop that. Now, because it's water resistant, obviously it's quite good if you're doing nights under the stars as well during the summer, because you don't wake up to all that moisture in the morning. It's just going to run off this and dry out as soon as that sun comes up. So yeah, really handy in a few different ways. Like I say, whether it's during the summer or during the winter, just for that extra warmth. But just like the sleeping bag, it attaches with a elasticated hood down one end, and then you've also got Velcro points which go around the frame of the bed chair as well. So you've got one of them either side. Obviously the side you're more likely to jump out of, you'd probably leave that undone, because otherwise it'd be a bit of a struggle in the night. But yeah, really useful product. And again, just like the sleeping bag, it's got the same 4-chamber hollow fill fibres, so it makes everything nice and warm. And sometimes just having that extra layer makes all the difference. Think of it like winter clothing. You have your layering systems, and then that creates pockets of air within each layer, and then that air warms up and keeps you warmer and warmer and warmer depending on how many layers. A sleeping bag and then a sleeping bag cover works in exactly the same way. So that is pretty much the Comforter Flatbed, the Comforter sleeping bag, and the Comforter bed chair cover all summed up. So what are your thoughts on it? Do you like having the individual parts rather than a sleep system? Because obviously the market is saturated with sleep systems at the moment. Do you think there's still a place for individual items? Personally, I think there is, and that's for a couple of reasons. They seem to be a lot lighter. So in total, with the sleeping bag and the cover, this comes in at about 15 kilos. There's a lot of sleep systems on the market that are a lot heavier than that. So that's one benefit, but also they're a lot cheaper as well. So most sleep systems on the market now are kind of 400 quid upwards. This, after a quick Google, you can get the bed chair for about 160 quid, sleeping bag for about 80, and then the cover for about 50. So under 300 quid all in. Obviously it works out a lot cheaper than what you might be looking at for a sleep system. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to us on YouTube, and obviously follow all our social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. We're pretty much everywhere, so make sure you check us out on those for regular content. But like I say, thanks for watching, and see you again soon.